Well, good morning, everybody. It's me, Mitch. It's Monday morning. I'm taking a picture of my bare feet to emphasize my morning routine. And I'll go over here and stand in the sun a little bit, take off my glasses, get a little of that morning sun in my face. Got new neighbors that moved in next door to me over where I usually wander around. And film my morning outdoor adventures. I already told them I do YouTube and not to pay me any attention if I seem to be pacing back and forth behind their house, talking into a stick. Nice people, and I'm relieved because I sometimes worry about disruptive neighbors, and God knows we got our share of them in this community. On Monday morning, I usually rant. Don't worry. You might get to a little of that, but basically, I am in a great mood this morning. I'm in a great mood. For what it's worth, I had a ball doing my video yesterday. I had a ball. It was one of the most fun videos I've done in a long time, and I got a chance to express, got a chance to let out my inner cinematographer, and pulled out all the stops. Still trying to keep in mind the fact that I'm a one-man show and I can't make it too complicated, or I never get a video edited. But I'm doing the same thing here this morning. I'm using a 2-camera setup. Got basically my selfie camera, this one here on a stick, and I've got the 360 camera, which is really cool because I can just set that thing down anywhere, and in editing I can pull any scene out of it I want from any direction, including up and down. This makes the editing a lot more difficult, but I can handle that. Managed to inject a little music, do some tricky editing, which every time you watch TV or see anything is done. It's done. It's just something that we don't do. Something we don't do in the carnivore community on our videos. Our videos are highly informational and boring as hell. Just boring. Talking heads. The ones that I enjoy the most are the lectures done at conferences with PowerPoint presentations. And if anybody ever told me I thought a PowerPoint presentation was entertaining or compelling, I would have told them they were nuts. But I think that both aspects are important if you want to be compelled to watch something and entertained by it. And I think entertained is the operative word. Now, entertainment by itself can be stupid. Information by itself can be boring. But if you present your information in an intelligent manner, couple it with pleasing visuals, I think that might be the most effective way to get your message across, which I think is what the hell is most important. I'm going to strive, even though I've been doing it all along with my kitchen videos and walking and other things that provide some visual stimulation. I'm going to up my game as best I can without sacrificing the information, which is the reason why we're here. But what good? What good is spouting out information on a daily basis if nobody clicks on it or wants to see it? I know it's a little gimmicky. Sometimes it might border on a little clickbaity, but without the click, without attracting your attention, our videos just get buried among the millions of other videos a day that nobody finds interesting enough to waste any of their precious or valuable time. I think it's time to go inside. Have my coffee. And let's open the window. Excuse me while I light. Well, let me stop for a second and talk about an emergency that I had yesterday. You know my magic lighter, the one that plays music whenever I click it? It used to have a lid that flips up. And it broke. No lid anymore. And I panicked and I said, oh no. I wonder if that affects its musical talent. And this is, I didn't have the courage to test it, but I thought I'd wait until this morning's video and we'll see if I've destroyed this thing or not. So excuse me while I light my cigar. It works. Okay. Ha! Sometimes it just takes a little longer than others to light these things. I want to talk today. It's one of those life is good moments. I told you when I was outside that I was just in a good mood today because of how much I enjoyed that video, but especially the response that I got from pretty much everybody except for one or two commenters who weren't morons, And their comments may have zinged a little bit, but not enough to ruin what was, I think, a very entertaining, well-filmed and well-edited, conceptually sound little video that I'm very proud of. Even though I didn't tell you anything about cooking a steak or talk about carnivore in any way. And I think that's important. I think that's important. I did a video where I said, forget about it for a few minutes. Forget it. Life is not 100% anything you can't dwell on, and we tend to get caught up in this carnivore stuff, and that becomes our life, and there's more to life than that. After yesterday's video and how well received it was, I think it's over 6,000 views now, and God knows how many comments. I think I'm going to try to do more of that. It's harder to do because finding a beautiful, tranquil place to film and then coming up with an appropriate message that satisfies the majority of the people that watch my channel, because I can never satisfy all of them no matter what I do. That's evident in the one comment from a moron that I did get last week that stands out to me, just stands out to me. And I left it up, and some of you probably saw my reply to it. In fact, I think I took a screenshot of it, and I may have it on my cell phone, and I may even be able to find it. So let's see. Here it is right here. I found it. And this was my steak and eggs video from last week. And it's priceless. It's priceless. It's priceless. And the comment says, awesome, but you're touching everything with hands that you touched raw meat with and raw eggs with. You are handling your salt dispenser, your drawer pull to your silverware drawer, your counters. You put your hands on pretty much everything in your kitchen with raw meat and raw eggs on your hands. Completely unsanitary. Love you, man. Love your channel. But I wouldn't eat in your kitchen. I almost hit the floor, and I dashed off a reply. I said, who invited you? And then I said, well, you know, that's not really a strongly worded enough reply. And I went back and edited my reply. And my edited reply said, who invited you? LOL. By the way, you could eat raw meat, you could eat the raw eggs, you could touch the raw eggs to the raw meat and then eat it. You could put gloves on, touch the raw meat and the raw eggs with the gloves, then touch it with your hands, then eat it. And it would absolutely make no frigging difference. Cavemen touched everything. If I were you, my friend, I would stay away from restaurants, and for your own peace of mind, wear a hazmat suit whenever you go near food. By the way, loved your comment. We've been down this road before, and this thought was triggered by the fact that people say, I just can't please everybody, no matter what I do. I keep talking about how divided we are. We're divided because we're so misinformed. We're all judgmental. That's amazing, amazing. It's just amazing to me. Amazing to me that people say you shouldn't be judgmental. If you're human, you're judgmental. Our religions, our laws, everything that we have, every structure of our society is based around behaving properly, or else you get judged. So I get comments on that beautiful video I made, wandering around among the palm trees and the sea grapes, in front of the water, trying to just put a little beauty out there and a nice message, and that is, for what it was worth, for what it's worth, is a message designed as a way for me to tell you, just because I say it does not make it fact. I say only my experience, what I've learned, and what I think it means for what it's worth. For some people, it seems it's worth their life. They've told me. For other people, it's totally and utterly worthless and maybe dangerous. And I said in that video, it can't, both of those things can't be right. I can't be a lifesaver and dangerous simultaneously, because there's only one truth. Either the information I'm saying is the truth, or it's not. It can't be true, yet not true. Yet not true. All the comments on that video yesterday, half of them started with the sentence, for what it's worth. I got the biggest chuckle out of that. And you guys are great. You guys are the greatest group and the greatest community that any YouTuber could ever hope to have. Problem is, I need about 100 or 200,000 more of people that are like-minded and are like you. And the sad part is, unfortunately, I don't think there are enough in the world. I think most people are nasty, opinionated, and you talk about judgmental. Well, I was accused in a comment of being judgmental yesterday. Oh, woodpecker. Hey, Woody. Excuse me while I relight my cigar. Oh, no. Oh, no. I guess I'll try to fix it. I was accused of being judgmental by two people who basically said that by commenting on the fact that my neighbors eat junk, have their lives focused around eating and drinking alcohol, and that at their age, they feel entitled to poison themselves in any way they want, because they not only don't understand about health, they don't even want to hear about it. I know this because I tried to talk to people who I used to talk to. And every time I said, or especially when I responded to the fact that they looked at me and said, what happened to you? You're too skinny. You don't, you look like, you don't look healthy. And I go, what? What are you talking about? You don't look healthy. And if I tried to talk about carnivore, a couple people have said, wow, yes, that's great. I'm going to try that. And they lasted about 12 minutes on it because their spouse didn't go along with it, or they couldn't come to terms with their addiction, and they couldn't last a day without their alcohol at night, without eating all the junk during the day, without focusing on food. And after a while, I just gave up. And I comment and I say, these people, and by these people, I mean 90% at least of the people that live in this community. Now, there are some health conscious. We have pickleball courts. People play. They try to get exercise. And then, right after they get their exercise, the pickleball game, they feel they're entitled to have their snacks and eat all the junk and drink the alcohol. And they do. And they, I think, negate any of the positive effects from a small amount of exercise, because we've learned that exercise only accounts for a very small amount of the gains you make when you change your diet. It's the chemistry. It's the chemistry. And I was accused of being overly judgmental. Now, this came along with a compliment on the video. And I said to myself, okay, it's very nice of this person to compliment me on my video, but why need to point out something they consider as a negative in me, and that is being judgmental, without actually realizing the hypocrisy in that? Because at the same time, they were pointing out the fact that I was judgmental. Weren't they judging me? And this is the problem we have. This is it. Stop it. Just stop telling other people what's wrong with them. If you think something's wrong with them, avoid them. Keep it to yourself. Nobody wants to hear what you think is wrong with them. That is a horrible human trait. I know, because I get so much of that from the morons. When I start getting it from people who aren't morons, that just proves my point. I'm judgmental. I judge every time I look at somebody, every time I watch a TV commercial, every time I think about something. I am making one form of judgment or another, without making judgments instant after instant every day. How would we know whether what we've decided on is right or wrong? If you follow carnivore and you want to get some of those great health improvements that you see other people talking about, you have to make a judgment, and that judgment is carnivore everything it's cracked up to be, or is it dangerous like the entire medical establishment, World Health Organization, all the governments of the world, every news media outlet, and most people say it is? Those are horrible odds against being right. But right we seem to be. So stop accusing people of being judgmental. That's like accusing people of breathing, for God's sakes. It's stupid. And especially, don't accuse me of being judgmental. I am judgmental, just like you and every other human being on this planet. And if you're not judgmental, it means you're just not thinking. But all in all, I would have to say that I'm in a great mood this morning. So it's going to be hard. It's hard for me to act pissed off. That's what it usually is, just acting, because I'm very happy. And after all, isn't being happy the main number one priority in life? Being content. Being content who you are. Being content where you are. Being content with what you have. Being content with your situation. Knowing that there's nothing else you can do to make your life any better. I'm in that place right now. I have. Even though I have no real friends anymore, I've got you. I've got tens of thousands of friends who come and visit me every day and come and visit me on my live streams. Life is good. That's going to be a hell of a note to end a video where you guys like to see me rant and complain. I did a tiny little bit of it, but I'm just going to enjoy this day. It's a gorgeous day. I'm going to endeavor to not let the incredibly stupid state that our politics are in, that our government is in, that our law enforcement and judicial system is in. Without going into details, you all know exactly what I mean. It's been bothering me. I'm going to try to put that aside because there's absolutely nothing I can do about it other than have an opinion. I'm going to enjoy this day. As soon as I'm done here, I'm going to go edit this video and get it up online. And I'm also going to edit a video that I shot yesterday talking about what I made for my second meal of the day. And I got to tell you, it was fabulous. So look out for that. And with that, happy Monday, everybody. Have a great week. I'm going to sit out here and relax for another maybe 15 minutes, puff on this cigar a little bit. Not finish it, but just puff on it a little bit. Maybe turn on my TV over there, watch a little YouTube or something, because I've already had my 5-minute dose of the morning news. And then I'm going to join all of you in taking the rest of the day off and eating copious amounts of meat.